Welcome back, everybody. Our first guest tonight is an Emmy-nominated actress you know from her work on Saturday Night Live and Shrill. She's making her Broadway debut in All In, comedy about love at the Hudson Theater. Please welcome back to the show, Aidy Bryant, everybody.
So nice to be seen.
I was very lucky, though. I got to see you. You're about to step into this wonderful Broadway show.
That's true.
And I went to see it, and we were in the audience together.
Yeah, and I would say the second I saw you, you had some of the most frantic energy I've ever seen you with.
I was frantic.
He was like surrounded by, I would say, fans, you know?
I do pretty well in a Broadway house.
It was mostly like 60-year-old women who are around you being like, we love you.
Oh, yeah.
And he was kind of being like extremely charming, being like, hi, oh yes, hello. And then he saw me and was like, do you have any cash? 5, 10s, anything, I'll take anything. I'm like, oh my God, are you okay?
Yeah.
And I did have a 20.
I took it,
and you
I
took
ripped it from your hand.
No hello.
Yep.
Just full grab the 20 and go.
Uh-huh.
And I think because you needed to tip a bartender?
I went to the bar and I ordered a drink. And like the people next to me were like, hey, can we get a picture? So, you know, at that point I'm been outed. The bartender knows I'm famous. No, but I paid and I like missed the screen because I only had a credit card. So I missed the screen to tip. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna, I felt bad.
Of course.
I didn't have any cash. And so then I'm like, the first person I know, I'm gonna get that money.
Well, it was really nice to see you, and I'm glad we get a chance to do it over here.
But I have not paid you back.
Yeah, no, you owe my ass.
There's 20.
Yeah.
And then this is for your troubles.
Oh my God.
You wouldn't have, if you put that money in the bank, you wouldn't have $1 right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm feeling extremely sexy and young. I'm about to take the night. And I think I could take one of you with me.
What was your first Broadway show you saw as an audience member?
Well, I have to say, I was very lucky that when I was about 11 years old, my grandma was like, we're going to New York. And she took me from Arizona. It was a big trip. I like pretty much had maybe never been on a plane. And we came here, and she brought me and a few of my cousins, and we went and saw The Lion King, which is like, come on, you clap for that one, you know? And it was amazing, of course. I was like totally starstruck. That's a different thing than starstruck. It's like this truck that you get hit by and put stars in your eyes, exactly. But I was totally like blown away, but I will say I like immediately got the bug. I was like, I want to be doing that. But during the play, my cousin started puking.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. My cousin was like puking his ass off, and I was like, I'm not with him. Like, my first lesson immediately was like, family doesn't matter, showbiz does. Get him away from me.
You did not care he was sick?
I don't care that he's sick.
Did you think it would reflect badly on you?
Yes, I think I was like, the moment you walk in the room, the audition starts. Like someone in the crowd or someone on the stage might get hurt. They may need an 11-year-old who's like fat with rosacea to get up there.
Yeah.
And so I did not want to be seen with the sick,
Unbelievable.
sick child.
And you brought a souvenir back.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I was so affected by it that my grandma was like, "Do you want something to remember this?" And I've held on to this souvenir for like over 20 years, and now I'm having my Broadway debut tonight, and I really believe it's like because I've held on to this extremely beautiful souvenir, you know?
Uh-huh.
I think you have it, right?
I think it's right here. So tell us about it.
Okay, so this, of course, when you think Broadway, you think, get a beach towel. I've legitimately had this for 20 years.
Well, you can tell by the shows on the beach towel. Amazing.
Isn't that beautiful? Well, you know, they always say, like, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. It's how do you get to Broadway? It's a big beach towel. I, like, bought this when I was 11, and then for years I would, like, you know, swim and be toweling off and being like...
Oh, just in case a talent scout was around?
I did think just so people kind of knew what my vibe was. Very like taxi, you know, that kind of taxi. I'm going to Broadway. I'm also sunburned and like in Arizona.
It is. I don't even think I've ever been in a Broadway show where I've noticed that they're selling the towel.
Well, I think it was probably from one of those stores where like every piece of merchandise just says like New York City on it, and then they had beach towel as option. I was like, yeah, that's for me. That'll do just fine. But then I've had it for all these years, like toweling off my dog when I wash him and all that kind of thing. And now I'm like, well, that's how you get here. That's the rules.
And now you're on stage with some Broadway pros, Rannells, Andrew Rannells, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Are they impressed by your towel?
I think they're extremely impressed by my towel, and it's definitely, I have to say, there's another person in the show, Nick Kroll. Yeah. I'm not intimidated by his Broadway prowess at all. Yeah. You know, but Lynn and Andrew, they're the real deal.
Have you taken any cues from them as far as like how to prepare for your first Broadway show?
I guess I would just say the main cue is I've asked them to carry me through the whole thing.
Gotcha.
You know?
Just like count, are there like important cues or something?
Yes, exactly. Like, well, no, I mean, shows my ability, but basically there's a handshake in the show that I have to do with Lynn. And they were like, okay, it's on the downbeat of the music. And I just looked at Lynn and I was like, you have to choose it. You have to do it. You have to get me through the handshake. And he has.
Now, the thing is, you were on SNL for a decade.
Yeah.
And that's like live. That's live. And I bet we go back and watch. You had a couple handshakes.
For sure.
Yeah. I guess that's the thing is when they give you a musical cue and you have to do with Lin-Manuel, you just defer.
Yeah, you just immediately are like, I don't think it should be me. I think it should be the guy who wrote Hamilton.
Yeah.
You know, like he should run the music.
I think you wrote Back Home Ballers. That's my Hamilton.
And yeah, and thank you so much. I think that's true.
Yeah.
But I didn't get like a Tony or I guess any awards for it at all.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
You didn't get a Tony for Back Home Ballers?
No.
I don't care for that at all. I do have a lot more to ask you. We'll be right back with 80 after this.